Hello friends, in today's set of questions on current affairs, the first one takes us to the country of Ukraine, where we have the city of Odisha. It's a port city here, you can see it's here. It's on the Black Sea, okay? So this city of Odisha, it's also spelled Odessa, has been designated an endangered World Heritage Site by the UNESCO. Now, this is why it's endangered because culturally, while it's aesthetically pleasant, it's in danger of being ravaged, destroyed by the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Okay, so that's Odisha. This is the Black Sea, my friends. This is Crimea, the peninsula of Crimea, which in 2014 was taken from Ukraine by Russia and incorporated into the Russian territory. So if you look at this particular peninsula, the Crimean Peninsula, Crimea, Crimea, this prior to 2014 was part of Ukraine, but that year the Russians waged a war and took control of the Crimean Peninsula. The Crimea is also home to a major naval base of Russia. Okay. So, in any case, we don't plan to discuss the war. So, there's no overdose of war everywhere these days. Yeah, you open newspaper, you switch on TV. This all they discuss is the Ukraine war. So, what should we know? Well, Ukraine's capital, as you all know, is Kiev. It's also written with the KYIV. Okay, like here it is KYIV. Then the president is a guy called Volodymyr Zelensky. You know the name, Volodymyr Zelensky. Sorry guys. This is the president, but who's the prime minister? Let's look at the name of the prime minister. Denis. This spelling of Denis is slightly different from the usual spelling that we are familiar with. Dennis is how we usually pronounce it, but this is slightly different. Okay, Denis Shmyhal is the name of the Ukrainian Prime Minister. The currency of Ukraine, as we all know, is hryvnia. What is it? Hryvnia. Okay, where do you go from here? Poland. Well, you find this country here. This in green is Poland. It shares a border with Russia. Germany, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Ukraine, Belarus, Lithuania, and Russia. This is Russia. You can see here. Okay, this is Russian territory. So let's discuss basic stuff about Poland as well. The people of Poland are called either Poles or Polish. Poles, Poles or Polish. So Poland's capital, as we all know, is Warsaw. Its prime minister, the more powerful chap in the country, more powerful than the president, is Mateusz Morawiecki. You could double check the spelling. This is right. And while this guy is the prime minister, the currency is zloty. Yeah, zloty. Zloty is the currency. Okay. Now we are familiar with Russia. In any case, Russian prime minister. We'll just write the name of the Russian prime minister. His name is Mikhail Mishustin. That's the Russian prime minister. This is Bulgaria. You see, let me make you familiar. This is Ukraine, Moldova, this tiny country here, Moldova. Okay, Moldova was once a part of the Soviet Union, like Ukraine, Russia, Lithuania, Estonia. This entire stretch. This is all, what we call Soviet Union. So Moldova is up here. There's Romania, then Bulgaria. Okay, Bulgaria's capital is Sofia. Let me write in line here. Sofia is the capital. The the Prime Minister, PM Galab. See, these are parliamentary democracies where there is a president as the head of the state, but the head of the the government is the prime minister, and the prime minister is more powerful than the president. Galab Donev. Galab Donev is the prime minister. And the currency is Lev. Is it Lev? Okay. We have Romania here. Romania is a pretty large country, just above, squeezed between Ukraine, Moldova, and Bulgaria. Romania's capital is Bucharest. Its president is a guy called, this is president, Klaus Iohannis. President Klaus Iohannis, and the currency is, it's Lev, this is Liu. Slight difference. It ends in a, in a U, where that the Bulgarian currency ends in a V. Okay. So Eastern European countries you can see here. Okay, that's what we discussed. From here to, after China, which will become the second country in the world to start the T+1 settlement in top listed securities, India. What's T1? You could write this T+1. It has two sides. See, there are two important aspects of the T+1 term. T, the first one is T is transaction date. Transaction date, the day on which you buy the transaction, you buy shares, you commit, you do the transaction. Let's say you buy shares from me. Okay, today that's a transaction date. Fair? That's a T. But immediate settlement does not happen. See, when you buy shares from me, it's not that I will give the shares immediately. Okay, there is a settlement period. As of today, the settlement period is +2. I mean, till recently it is +2. Okay, now it is +1. So what is +1? +1 indicates settlement date. Settlement date, okay, which in this case is trade plus 1 day. So if the trade happens today, tomorrow the delivery will happen. It will reflect in my account only tomorrow, not today. Please note this. It will reflect tomorrow. So if you buy 100 shares in my from me in your demat account, dematerialization account, the transaction will be listed as today's, but the settlement will be shown as tomorrow's. So you will deliver shares to me tomorrow. Oh, sorry, I'll deliver the shares to you tomorrow. So you are buying from me, so I will deliver only tomorrow. Okay, that's the settlement date. Where till recently it's it used to be 2 + 2, now it's +1. Europe, America still go with +2. We are leagues ahead of the world. Yeah, this is +1. Okay. Historically, the delay, see, before this automation came about, it used to be T+5. Today's transaction settled after 5 days. Okay, now why 5 days? But because back in those days there used to be paper transactions. There were no electronic transfers. There were only records of let's say this is a share certificate. You bought from me. Fair, you bought from me, and this was a physical copy. So I had to actually give the physical copy to you. This would, in case you are some other place and all that, it would take about 5 days, because this needs to be registered with the, with the company, I mean, the registrar's office. So who holds the shares and everything was a cumbersome process under when it was manual, when it was paper based. Now of course everything is electronic. See, DMAT, those of you not familiar, DMAT is dematerialization. It's a kind of an electronic account. Earlier they used to write in the books of accounts like this kind of certificates. When you bought shares from me, I used to give something like this. Now I don't give you anything. So this is material copy. In dematerialization, there is no paper. There is no paper. Electronic entries happen on a computer. That is a server basically in a DMAT account. It's like your bank account. It's like your email account. It's like your Facebook account. Someone sends you a message, you get a post. You understand that? You send someone a message, post goes out. That's it. Okay. So for now, in India we have T+1, which is very good. Okay, very good. Now, one more thing here. See, a lot of people in the stock market are traders. Traders are intraday traders. There are two kinds of traders. Patient traders, not exactly the kind actually. Some people are patient. They buy today, and the idea is that they would keep quiet for a few days and then sell the same thing a few days later. But there are day traders, that is intraday traders. They buy and sell on the same day. So there is no delivery happening there. You understand? There is no T+1. There is absolutely nothing. It's just trade. There is nothing called +1. There is no settlement. There is no delivery of shares. And there is a majority of such people. Okay. But for now, if you are buying for long term or even for trading purposes beyond one day, this is the norm. Okay. Choose the correct statements regarding Shantibhushan, who passed away recently. See, these are all things about Shantibhushan. He is a former law minister of India. He died recently. One particular thing you should know about is he was he was the law minister of India. The first law minister, if I'm not mistaken, was Dr. Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, and this is Shantibhushan, who was the law minister in the Janata Party government. This was the Janata Party government. Remember, the Janata Party government was the first non-Congress government at the center. Okay. Now, this was the first non-Congress Prime Minister of India, Morarji Desai. He was a Congress person. He left the Congress because he saw that he would never get to be PM as long as Indira Gandhi was around. So he left the Congress, and in 1977, at the age of 81, he became the Prime Minister of India. He is the oldest first-time Prime Minister of India. You could take this. Morarji Desai, Prime Minister, Prime Minister, 77 to 79. Oldest first-time Prime Minister of India. Oldest first-time Prime Minister of India. Now, when this guy, Shantibhushan was the law minister, he brought in something called the 44th Amendment. The major job of the 44th Amendment was to undo a lot of provisions brought in by the 42nd Amendment. 42nd Amendment was brought in by Indira Gandhi in 1976 during the emergency. One of the things that Shantibhushan brought through the 44th Amendment is the deletion of the word, the term internal disturbance. Internal disturbance. See, Indira Gandhi declared emergency in 1975. Okay, June 1975. Now, national emergency is one of the three types of emergencies. It can be declared only if there are, conditions like an external aggression, some foreign country invades us. Okay, 2, armed rebellion, there is a revolt by the military. Okay, 3, a military or we are talking of, let's say, a civil war kind of condition. 3, internal disturbance. So Indira Gandhi announced the emergency on the basis of internal disturbance. There was no internal disturbance. Maybe in the next class I'll tell you the story of Indira Gandhi, why she brought emergency. Maybe I'll bring this question back, or maybe just about something to do with what she brought in 42 to the 42nd Amendment. So she declared emergency, and she used the pretext of internal disturbance. So when Shantibhushan became the Prime Minister of India, the Law Minister of India, he kind of brought in this provision that we shall delete the ground of internal disturbance as is one of the reasons for declaring emergency. That's what he moved. The 44th Amendment, Constitutional Amendment, also deleted the right to property as a fundamental right. Under Article 31 of Part 3 of the Constitution of India, right to property was a fundamental right. So this 44th Amendment deleted that from the list of fundamental rights. Okay. Arina Sabalenka, winner of the women's singles tennis title of the 2023 Australian Open, comes from Belarus. Was it Belarus? Belarus, as we just saw a while ago, is above Ukraine and to the west of Russia. Let's look at this player, not the countries. Maybe countries we could look at only the capitals, but look at the Australian Open. Why don't you write notes on the Australian Open? Australian Open 2023. We'll just write the names of the winners, okay? Except in one case where we'll write the runners-up name. Because I have a couple of ulcers on the tongue, if I speak slow, my voice, it stutters, especially because of the ulcers. But when I speak loud and clear, it goes flow. Use this in case there are some ulcers. Raise your voice, speak loud, clear, things get better. Now, right, 2023 Australian Open, underline that, right? Men's singles winner. MS is men's singles. Then winner is Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic of which country? Serbia. Yeah, actually here, Serbia. Okay, next, women's singles winner. Okay, and what country she belongs to? Belarus. Arina Sabalenka. Let's clear this. Let's write the names of the men's doubles winners. Men's doubles. Got with two. So let's write. Rinki. It sounds like an Indian name actually, isn't it? Rinki Hijikata. And two guys now. Rinki Hijikata and Jason Kuber. Both Australian. Then women's doubles winners. Women's doubles. Barbora Krejcikova. And what's her name? Siniakova. Katerina Siniakova. And both of them belong to the, it's not mentioned, Czech Republic. Let's write the names of the mixed doubles winners. Mixed doubles. Luisa Stefani. And Rafael. See, these are all Portuguese and Spanish origin names. So Rafael Matos basically is mainly a Portuguese surname. Matos is a Portuguese surname. They both come from Brazil, and Brazil was ruled by Portugal for a long time. Okay, these are the winners. Runners up, you could write runners up. Sania Mirza playing in her last match, double Grand Slam match. Sania Mirza, oh, two guys, no? Rohan Bopanna. Rohan Bopanna, India. Okay, there we go, guys. I guess we wrote pretty good stuff about this. Let's look at the capitals. Serbia, Belgrade. The Prime Minister is Anna Brandbeck. Right now, it's not required. Italy, Rome, because the focus of this question was on Australian Open. Belarus, Minsk. Kazakhstan, what's the capital? Astana. Spain, Lisbon. Sorry, that would be Portugal, no? This is Madrid. Madrid. Okay. To which country did the Indian Oil Corporation flag off its first consignment, export consignment of aviation gasoline? The first time we have sold aviation gasoline to the country of Papua New Guinea. This is Papua New Guinea. This entire island, ladies and gentlemen, is called New Guinea. This island is called New Guinea. Okay. Now, the western part of this country is the same color as the other islands here. Yes, because this country is Indonesia, and on the right of this guy, you can see the straight line here. This is Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea. So Papua New Guinea, the capital is Port Moresby. This is Port Moresby. Yeah, it's a heavily, tribal country, rural country. Okay, this is a part of the British Empire. They don't have it's a dominion. They don't have a president. They have a governor general, pretty much like Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, they also have a governor general, which is, then they have the British monarch as the head of their own country. Okay. Then the Prime Minister in Papua New Guinea is James Marape. James Marape. This is Fiji. You can see Fiji here. This group of islands here. Yeah. Fiji's capital is Suva. Sri Lanka, Colombo is one capital, and the other capital is Sri Jayawardene Pure, one word. Sri Jayawardene Pure Kotte. Kotte. Okay. Yeah. Mauritius, what's the capital? Port Louis. Maldives. Maldives is Male. Male. You know what's the currency of Papua New Guinea? The currency of Papua New Guinea is Kina. Is it? Kina. Yeah, Kina. The G20 presidency troika meeting was held under the chairpersonship of Aarti Ahuja, who is the secretary in the in the Department of Labor and Employment, Government of India. Indonesia and Brazil also joined us for this. G20, as you know, is a group of 20 nations. Okay. Now, Indonesia is likely to go for elections pretty soon. Joko Widodo is the president, and he spends rupiah in his country. Okay. And if you look at Indonesia, you can write Jakarta is the capital, but new capital will be Nusantara in Kalimantan province. Kalimantan province. See, if you look at this, This is the island of Borneo. Okay, you can see this color here, the same as this color is is Indonesia. Upper Malaysia, and within the Malaysian portion there is a small country called Brunei. Okay, so let's write just the names of the leaders of these countries. Italy, Giorgio Meloni. Australia, Anthony Albanese. Spain, Prime Minister is Pedro Sanchez. We have been discussing G20 for some time now. Canada, Justin Trudeau. Japan, Fumio Kishida. Fumio, Fumio, Fumio Kishida, Kishida. You know China and North Korea, so let's skip this. India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and his US counterpart Jake Sullivan formally launched the US-India ICET in Washington, and it stands for what's mentioned there. See, this is Ajit Doval. He's also called the James Bond of India. He was the Director of Intelligence Bureau between 2004 and 2005. Okay. Between 2004 and 2005. So, then, one more thing about him is that he did an MA in economics. He was born in Uttarakhand, today's Uttarakhand. He studied in the military college in the military school in Ajmer. Then he went on to do his MA in economics from Agra University. He took the civil services exam, became an IPS officer. He is an IPS officer of Kerala cadre. I think 1978 he became IPS. Not 60, 10 years. 1968 IPS. Kerala cadre. Okay. The Rashtrapati Bhavan Garden, popularly known as the Mughal Gardens, was renamed Amrit Udyan. See how beautiful it is, isn't it? Yeah. Amrit Udyan. And what should you know about the Rashtrapati Bhavan? The Rashtrapati Bhavan is a 4-floor building. We would normally not think like this. 4 floors, 340 rooms. Spread across 2 lakh square feet. 2 lakh square feet. You can write LAKH also. Think about it, my friends. So this garden has been renamed Amrit Udyan. Amrit is nectar, elixir, ambrosia. Those of you who don't know, ambrosia, SIA, nectar, elixir, Amrit. समझ गए? They all mean one and the same. So this has been renamed, and this is the garden of holy nectar. That's what they calling it in English. Okay, it's open for about 2 months in a year, February to March. Good season in Delhi because January, December are pretty cold. The skies open up, the weather tones down in Feb, so people come out in Feb and March. As far as the other months are concerned, Delhi is very hot. Identify the main battle tank with their country of origin, all of them as they are. See, these have been promised. These tanks have come into news because of these countries have promised to supply these tanks, some number of units of these tanks, to the Ukrainian government. Now, these are all things that are not going to change much in the battle, because I'll tell you why. You look at M1 Abrams tank, one of the world's most sophisticated, tanks, most advanced tanks. But it may take up to 2 years for Ukraine to receive these tanks. You know that? Yes, because bureaucracy plus some of these have to be manufactured also. Yeah. So those are the tanks. In India, we have Arjun, main battle tank. Arjun. In India, we have Arjun, main battle tank. Next. Petr Pavel was recently elected the president of the Czech Republic. This is the Czech Republic. Yeah. This entire country, the Czech Republic plus Slovakia, was a country called Czechoslovakia before 1989. That year, the country broke up, and it broke up peacefully. That's why the smooth transition, the smooth divorce of two parts of the country is known as a velvet revolution, because it was a bloodless revolution. So Czech Republic's capital is Prague. It is Prague. Petr Pavel is going to be the president. Is going to be the president. And the currency of Czech Republic is koruna. What is it? Koruna. Let me clear this. Let me take you to Austria. This is Austria. You can see in green here. Yeah. Austria, on its west is Switzerland, on its east is Hungary. Yeah. South is your Italy. And what is that? Slovenia also. Vienna is the capital. Chancellor, they don't have a prime minister, they have a chancellor, and his name is Karl Nehammer. Karl Nehammer. Currency is euro. Switzerland, let's write here. Switzerland doesn't have a capital. It's one of the only two countries in the world that do not have a capital. The other is the island country of Nauru, Nauru, which is in the Pacific Ocean. Switzerland's no capital, but usually it's taken to be Bern, which is the de facto capital. By law, de jure, no capital. De facto, because this is where the government sits. Okay. Then president. Who is the president of Switzerland? Alain Berset. The president for this year is Alain Berset. Yes, president for this year, because Switzerland has a federal council wherein each member of the federal council takes a turn to become the president of the country. Like this is Alain Berset for this year. Previous year it was Ignacio Cassis. Before him was Guy Parmelin, and before him was Simonetta Sommaruga. Okay, I mean these guys keep taking turns. They take turns. Okay? And Switzerland's currency is franc. What is it? Franc. Swiss franc. Chalo, we'll not discuss everything, my friends. Okay? You see this Slovakia. This is Slovakia here. The capital is Bratislava. And of course, then there is this choice called Serbia. We discussed a while ago. Serbia, if you want to do just, okay, Serbia's capital, Belgrade. This country is in news because it has been defying the European Union over Russia. Serbia's prime minister is Ana Brnabić. Brnabić. It's the C is pronounced with this Brnabić. And the currency of Serbia is dinar. What is it? Dinar. Serbian dinar. Serbian dinar. Chalo. Manaskan tableau. Tableau. How do you pronounce it? Tableau. Manaskan tableau claimed the first prize at the 74th Republic Day Parade 2023. This tableau is from Uttarakhand. Is it from Uttarakhand? Now, what is Manaskan? See, in the Puranas, it is believed that, primarily in Uttarakhand, there are two areas. One is Garhwal. The other is Kumaon. Okay, what is it? Kumaon. Manas Khand is believed to be the old name of Kumaon region. So that region, Kumaon region, is called Manas Khand, and Garhwal is called Kedar Khand. Kedar Khand. Kedar Khand. So I would like to know a little more about. I just got this. Why shouldn't I learn about, a couple of places in that region? So I just wrote basically. This is how I learn. If something strikes me, I learn. Like for example, if you look at this tableau, a tableau. This is the Jageshwar Dham Mandir, Jageshwar Mandir. This animal is the musk deer. Okay, it's a state animal of Uttarakhand. It also showcases the Corbett National Park. So the Corbett National Park, the state animal, the state bird, here you see peacock, not exactly the state bird, but you find peacock, flora, fauna, the dam, the dham or the temple, pilgrimage center, all are mentioned here. Okay. Identify the first Indian space mission which will to be launched by the ISRO in July this year to observe the sun and the solar corona. Aditya L1. What is Aditya? Aditya is a Sanskrit word for the sun. Okay. So we have L. L stands for Lagrange. It's some astronomical thing. Okay, I'm not greatly familiar with this. Lagrange is the point at which this particular mission will be released into a particular, in orbit. So this Aditya L1 is going to go around the sun to study its behavior, its atmosphere, and everything else. Okay. How far is the sun? The sun is about 14.8 crore 8 crore kilometers from us. 14.8 crore kilometers from us. It takes 8 minutes for sunlight to reach Earth. Now you may wonder, 8 minutes, how does it mean? The speed of sound, the speed of light. What is the speed of light? 3 lakh kilometers per second. Now, light travels 3 lakh kilometers in 1 second. Okay? The light that we see here, the sunlight that we see here, that let's say it falls on our head, hand. This would have left the sun 8 minutes back. That's what it means. 8 minutes back, the sunlight left the sun's surface, and now it's reached here. Got it? Now, how do you get the time taken? Because if you know the variables like speed of light and speed of and the distance, you will get the time taken, isn't it? Now, let me tell you more. See, the sun's messenger particles are called photons. Light is carried by messenger particles called photon. This is something you should remember. Light is carried by light's messenger particles called photon. That's why photography. Photo is light. Okay. Which city hosted the 30th edition of the National Child Science Congress? Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad hosted this, and this is like, it's a part of the Indian Science Congress at the children's level. To build a scientific temperament, to expose children to the wonders of science, this particular thing is hosted. So can we look at a few more things about this? Calcutta is home to the Anthropological Survey of India. Anthropological Survey of India. If you're not greatly familiar, Botanical Survey of India, and the Geological Survey of India. Geological Survey of India. Pune, National Institute of Virology. National Institute of Virology. Also, the National Film Archive. National Film Archive. Hyderabad, National Institute of Nutrition. National Institute of Nutrition. And then we have the Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. The Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. Chennai, Central Leather Research Institute. Central Leather Research Institute. In partnership with the UNCTAD, which is the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Let me repeat, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. That is UNCTAD. In partnership with the UNCTAD, which institution produced a report titled The World Economic Institution and Prospects 2023. It is the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. You could write this. Department of Economic and Social Affairs. Okay. So they have talked about how this particular economic crisis the world over, inflation, supply chain disruptions, impact on quality of life are also impacting sustainable development goals. How the rising poverty, rising unemployment, especially youth unemployment, how rising cost of living is impacting the girl child, because now the family thinks she is better off working rather than studying. Yeah, it's also leading to a drop in quality of life in terms of access to food, nutritious food. Yeah, I mean, things are pretty bad out there, my friends. Overall unemployment has increased the world over. Shall we take the head offices of all of these organizations? Just the head offices. Okay, today just the head offices. Usually we take all things, no? The Director General and all that stuff. Chalo. UNCTAD will start with the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. It's headquartered in New York City. No, I'm so sorry. It's headquartered in Geneva. I'm sorry, guys. Geneva, as you know, is in Switzerland. It's in Switzerland. Okay, Switzerland. Then its Secretary General is Rebecca Greenspan. Rebecca Greenspan. She is from Costa Rica, which is Spanish for rich coast. Now there's not much to discuss about this. WTO, World Trade Organization. Head office, same place, Geneva. Chalo, write the name of the chief also. Okay. The Director General is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala of Nigeria. Nigeria, Nigeria. Next, International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund is headquartered in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. And it's run by Kristalina Georgieva. Kristalina Georgieva of Bulgaria. We discussed this country a while ago, isn't it? Yeah. Kristalina Georgieva. Next, World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum, head office, Colony, which is also in Switzerland. And it's run by chairperson Klaus Schwab. He is also the founder. Klaus Schwab. Asian Development Bank, headquartered in Manila. As you know, Manila is the capital of Philippines. Then it's run by, okay, I'll write it here, Masatsugu Asakawa of Japan. Masatsugu Asakawa. Identify the name of the Indian Army's annual firepower demonstration and training exercise that was conducted at the School of Artillery in Deolali near Nasik, Maharashtra. Exercise Topchi. Yeah. Top is cannon. Who is the Indian Army Chief? General Manoj Pandey. Fair. Some questions don't require explanation. Wherever explanation is required, I'm trying to bring that in. Who the following sports person has been roped in by the sports brand Puma India as its latest brand ambassador? This is Harmanpreet Kaur, captain of the Indian cricket team, T20 and all that stuff. Okay. It's a good thing that women are recognized like this, and till now it's only the male cricketer who were acting as brand ambassadors. Now things are changing. We have had Hima Das being sponsored by Adidas, sprinter Hima Das, now Harmanpreet Kaur. It's always a good thing to see people going places. Now, in the case of, I remember there was this picture of Aryna Sabalenka, the winner of the women's singles title at the Australian Open 2023. She, on her t-shirt, also had the same logo, what you call the Nike logo. The Nike logo is called swoosh. What is it called? Swoosh. It has a name. This is called swoosh. Nike, my friends, is the name of the Greek goddess of victory. Nike was originally called Blue Ribbon Sport, but later they changed the name to Nike, which is the Greek goddess of victory. And this logo is called swoosh. When you have the Puma logo, Puma is a kind of cat. Puma is a kind of cat, and it's called the mountain cat. It's nicknamed mountain cat. You see the Puma logo, where the Puma is jumping in air. It's called jumping cat. What is it? It's a cat. Puma is a cat. So what is it doing? It's jumping. That's why it's jumping cat. Okay. It's always easy to learn things. And chalo, make story bolta hu. I'll take 2 minutes off. Okay. We mentioned Adidas. We mentioned Puma. There were two brothers, Adolf and Rudolf. Okay. Their surname was Dassler. There's a short story. Their surname was Dassler. These two brothers they were Germans. So in the 1920s, they started they started this footwear company called Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. Dassler Brothers Shoe Factory. The business did well, but unfortunately, differences arose between the brothers, and towards the end of the Second World War, they split, and they had a bitter split. Adolf started his own company called Adidas. His nickname, Addy. Adolf's nickname, Addy, Das, the first three letters of his surname. That's how the name comes, Adidas. Rudolf started Rudolf, Dassler. Okay. So, Rudolf, in a few months later, changed the name to Puma. Got it? Easy, nah? Yes. They both, see, both even today, Puma and Adidas are headquartered in the same town where this company was founded. Herzogenaurach in Germany. I love stories like this. I narrate a lot of these kinds of stories in my classes. But unfortunately, because you're here and I don't get to describe stories that often in these kinds of sessions, I still made an effort. So next time you see Adidas, you would know it's named after the founder Adolf Dassler. Okay. Heinz Schumacher. How do you say that? Schumacher. Heinz Schumacher was recently appointed the new chief executive officer of Unilever. Unilever makes all these Dove, Knorr, quality walls. Yeah. You have Lux soap bar, all that stuff. Yeah. Lipton, Brook Bond. And it's headquartered in London. Chalo, we can do. Just to give you some extra information, I'll give you the name of the place where these companies are headquartered, plus the CEO. Unilever, London. Okay? Johnson & Johnson is an American company headquartered in a place called New Brunswick, in the American state of New Jersey. This is the place. Town is New Brunswick. State is New Jersey, US. Okay? Now, Johnson & Johnson is headed by Joaquin. Okay, not here. This J is pronounced with a H. Okay? Joaquin Duato. That's the name of the CEO of Johnson & Johnson. Okay, then we have Procter & Gamble, P&G, which makes your Gillette stuff and all. Procter & Gamble is headquartered in the American city of Cincinnati, in the state of Ohio, US, and CEO is a guy called John Moeller. Okay, chalo. GSK's full name is GlaxoSmithKline headquartered in London, and its CEO is lady named Emma Walmsley. Emma Walmsley. One more company, no? Nestle. Nestle is a Switzerland company. It's headquartered in a place called Vevey, Switzerland. And it owns your Kit Kat and all that stuff. Next time you look up Kit Kat. Yeah. See. I have a sachet of coffee. Nescafe. Okay. So Nestle cafe coffee. Yeah, we're a cafeteria basically. So if here it's mentioned that it's headquartered in the Vevey, Switzerland. That's a place. Now its CEO, it's not mentioned here, is Ulf Schneider. And because I was drinking black coffee a while ago, I just incidentally left the packet here in my sitting, where I'm seated. Okay. Ulf Schneider, that's the CEO's name. Sure. Identify the person who was conferred with the Padma Vibhushan Award posthumously after death in 2023 for pioneering the use of oral rehydration therapy, ORS, oral rehydration solution, to treat diarrheal diseases. This is the great Dilip Mahalanobis. He, in his lifetime, had received practically all major awards in the world, including one of Thailand's highest awards, Thailand's highest award is an award called Prince Mahidol. Prince Mahidol Award. He also received the Pauline Prize, which is the highest prize in the world of pediatrics. Pauline Prize. Plenty of things we could learn, my friends. We just need to be patient, and we could always push ourselves harder. Yeah. Two things: patience. Two, work hard. Three, most importantly, curiosity. Yeah. Next, we discussed these names in the previous class, so we'll not just go there. Okay. But remember, oral rehydration solution is ORS. Okay. Which institution publishes the World Economic Outlook and the Global Financial Stability Report? The International Monetary Fund does this, my friends. I think a while ago we discussed 2, 3, 4. So World Bank, just like the IMF, it's headquartered in Washington, DC, and its president, they have a president, is David Malpass. David Malpass of the US. The US. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is AIIB. Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, ladies and gentlemen, is headquartered in Beijing, the capital of China, and headed by a Chinese diplomat named Jin Likang. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Jim Likan of China. Jim Likan of China. Which regulatory body launched district outreach program for grievance redressal in all the districts of the country through a revamped Nidhi Aapke Nikat 2.20 program? This is the Employees Provident Fund. What is it? Employees Provident Fund Organization. The world's largest, you could write this, world's largest social welfare organization, security organization, world's largest social security organization. It has around 24.7 crore accounts. Can I repeat that? 25 crore accounts. Yeah, 25 crore accounts. And this is the CEO. Her name is Neelam Shami Rao. Neelam Shami Rao. Neelam Shami Rao. Okay. She is CEO of EPFO. SEBI, we know Madhabi Puri Booch. She's under tremendous pressure in this Adani case. TRAI, PD Waghela, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, PD Waghela. IRDAI, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India is headed by Debashish Panda. Debashish Panda. Okay. Which CEO of Indian origin figured among the 13 winners of the prestigious 2023 Horatio Alger Award given to those who overcome adversity to achieve professional and personal success? This time it is Rajesh Subramaniam. Who is Rajesh Subramaniam? The CEO of FedEx. He is only the second CEO of FedEx. Till date, from the time it was founded in the 1970s, till date that is, it was the founder, Frederick Smith, who headed FedEx. Now he has given the charge of running the company to Rajesh Subramaniam. Okay, FedEx, Federal Express, the world's largest courier company. Logistics, they call it supply chain. We can call it courier company. Okay. Shantanu Narayan, considered among the world's best CEOs. Adobe. He is the CEO of Adobe. The E is pronounced Adobe. Okay. Satya Nadella. Satyanarayana Nadella, CEO and chairperson of Microsoft. Shantanu Narayan is chairperson, CEO and president of Adobe. Lakshman Narasimhan is the CEO of Starbucks. Starbucks. Arvind Krishna, CEO of IBM. IBM. Which of the following forces participated in a joint training exercise named Trishakti Prahar that took place in the Siliguri corridor? Okay, I'll focus on the Siliguri corridor. What is it? See, this is the Siliguri corridor. This is the northeastern states: Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, Nepal, Sikkim. Now you see this is place called Siliguri. Now at its narrowest, okay, you could write Siliguri corridor, also called Chicken's Neck, nicknamed Chicken's Neck. This is seen as chicken's head. You understand this? Yeah, that's right, chicken's neck. Very vulnerable point. In the entire body of a chicken, the most vulnerable point is its neck. Twist, dead. Chicken's neck. Narrowest point, 20 to 22 kilometers. Widest around 160 kilometers. See, this is the narrowest point. Okay. And its widest point is this, generally considered this part, which is 160 kilometers. Okay. See, the danger of this region is that in case the Chinese swoop down this area, yeah, from here, whatever, basically, and occupy this area, attack this area, then we will be cut off from Northeast India. There is always a danger. In the 1962 war, they had come here in Assam till Tejpur, this area. So, ladies and gentlemen, there is always a danger that things could go bad, very bad. You know, Sikkim. If you want to write one sentence about Sikkim, I can give you this. Sikkim was an independent Buddhist kingdom. Till its merger with India in 1975. Till its merger with India in 1975. Okay, yeah. So Sikkim was not a part of India till 1975. In fact, Hyderabad state, Junagadh state in Gujarat, Kashmir state, they were not part of India in 1947 at the time of partition. Puducherry, with its areas called Yanam, Karaikal, Mahe, they were all under France. Portugal had occupied Goa, Daman, Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Think about it. The external boundaries of India, and Sikkim was not a part of India, looked very different in 1947. Yeah. Which of the following were the top priorities of the 23-24 Union Budget? All of these things. In fact, there is a video that I had given a live talk on the budget. Please watch that. If you're not a part of the live video, I suggest you watch the video. Okay. It is very important that you watch. It's very important that you learn, my friends. I have explained all of these things in that video. It's a little under 2-hour video. According to a report by the US-based consulting firm Morning Consult, who is the world's most popular leader with an approval rating of about 78%, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, my friends. Yeah. Sunak is not popular. Macron is deeply unpopular now. Biden, well, his personal ratings are around 40, and below him is his Vice President Kamala Harris, 38%. Okay. Based on the report of the US-based short seller Hindenburg, which Indian conglomerate recently faced losses of about 80 billion, more than that actually. Adani Group lost more than, $100 billion in market capitalization. The short selling is a major idea that you should be familiar with. In short selling, what happens is you bet against a fall in price. Usually you buy stuff with a view to make profit, because you believe that in the future the price would increase. A short seller buys today, with a view that tomorrow the price will fall. Okay. Now, I think it is very important for us to know in a very simple sense. In the futures market, how short selling happens. Futures market, okay. B is seller, B is buyer, okay. Now, B tells, A wants to, B and A strike a deal at 100 rupees. A will sell to B. Fair? A will sell to B at 100 rupees. Now the idea is, this is a futures market. This contract will be executed 1 month later. 1 month later. I am giving you a very simple understanding in the futures market, how short selling works. A and B strike a deal at 100 rupees. The delivery will happen 1 month later. So neither delivery of shares nor the transaction of money happens at this time. 1 month later. Let's say 1 month later, exactly 1 month later, the price is, 150 rupees. Still, B will have to pay only 100 rupees to A. If the price goes to 50, B will still pay 100 to A. So irrespective of the price on that day, the contract is locked at 100 rupees. Where it's a locked in price. Now, the idea is that B thinks that, today I will, I believe that today's price is 100. Tomorrow, the price will rise and I'll sell at a higher price. See, there's a hope when you buy. But A has a different idea. A thinks, okay, I believe the price will fall. I believe the price will fall. So what A does is, he tries to sell at 100. So contract is 100. So tomorrow, when the price falls to 50, he still will sell at 100 rupees. So it's a locked in price. So he would buy at 50 and sell at 100. Even if he doesn't have shares, he can buy at 50 and sell at 100. You understand? He's going to make paisa. So sometimes, A might not have shares. So what he does is, he borrows from C. Because you cannot sell what you don't have. So A will not be able to sell. So he borrows from C, okay, borrows. He tries to sell to B. He buys at 100 rupees or whatever the price is. He buys. The idea is that tomorrow the price will fall. That's why let me promise to sell at today's price. So when the price falls tomorrow, he will buy at a lower price and sell at a contracted price. See, this is not illegal. It may be immoral, unethical and all that is secondary. Okay. But the idea is that A is taking a huge risk. What if the price goes up? He may lose big time. But he's betting against, a price rise. He's betting for a drop in price. So the idea is that he believes the price will fall and he will sell, he will buy he will accumulate shares at a lower price and sell at a previous contracted price, which is a higher price. So the Adanis have lost a big deal in this, but these are all market conditions. Market conditions are like, today you may go up, tomorrow you may go down. So the market, no one understands the market. If some person would come and tell you that I understand the market. You give me your money, I'll invest for you. Please do not believe, do not trust any person in the world with your money when it comes to stock market. No one understands the stock market. Okay, so who is the chairperson of this company, Adani Group? Gautam Adani. Tata, Natarajan Chandrasekharan. Reliance Industries, Mukesh Dhirubhai Ambani. Aditya Birla, Kumar Mangalam Birla. Godrej, Adi Godrej. Adi Godrej. To encourage voters, the Election Commission of India produced a song named title मैं भारत हूं, हम भारत के मतदाता हैं. Voters, मतदाता means voters. Who on the following composed this song? Subhash Ghai, my friends. Subhash Ghai. You must have heard of Gulzar, the great lyricist, film director, producer. His actual name is Sampuran Singh Kalra. Sampuran Singh Kalra. Yeah, terrific writer. Anyway, so what is the National Voters Day? National Voters Day is observed on 25th January. Why 25th January? Because on this day in 1950, the Election Commission of India was set up. 1950, 24th January 1950. The Election Commission of India was set up. And who is the CEC? The current CEC is Rajiv Kumar. There are two election commissioners. One is Anup Chandra Pandey, and the second is Arun Goyal. Arun is a new guy. Arun Goyal. Yeah. That's about it. Thank you for being here, and I think in the next class I'll bring in short seller in a better way, because I think we need to spend. I rushed through the entire detail. I'll bring in short selling in a better way in terms of examples. Okay, better examples. I'll leave a blank slide and I'll put things. I'll transact business here on the screen for you. Today I rushed through it. I know. Yeah, it's been a pretty long class, more than an hour. So thank you for being here. Have a lot of fun. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.